This is what you might have missed on BCSN's Sports Nightly.
It's your weekly racing report brought to you by Toledo Speedway. I'm CJ Perry alongside Steve Ronkowitz as we check back with all of the racing action from this past weekend and look forward as well. Well, Saturday at Flat Rock Speedway, we had the Joy Fair Memorial 100. And Steve, Joy Fair, the man that this race is named after, passed away a few years ago. What an icon at Flat Rock Speedway. 159 career victories, 10 career championships, and all over the region, nearly 900 victories in his racing career.
You can't do the math on that when you get 900 career wins. You divide that even by 7 days a week. The guy had to have raced for 106 years, it seems like. To get 900 career victories, it's amazing. It's no wonder that they named the race after him.
It's almost unfathomable to do that in a career. So very appropriate that they named a race in his honor. We had the Great Lakes Mini Cup cars running in support, as well as the street stocks. And in the Great Lakes Mini Cup car feature, Armani Williams gets the victory. And I think the big thing is just seeing these scaled down, almost NASCAR version cars racing on Flat Rock Speedway, 4-5 wide coming out of turn number 4. That really kind of plays with your perspective.
It does, and really the perspective really gets blown out of the water when they stop these cars. The hatch goes up on the top, and a full-grown man gets out of a car, which is a half-scale replica of most NASCAR race cars. It's a very interesting concept.
In the street stock division, Tim Moore. You start the Moore brothers up front. They are very hard to beat. Arnold Kirsch finishes second. He's a great story all throughout this season so far. We've been tracking him. He gets his first victory in probably over 2 decades. So that street stock division, if you start those guys up front, it's very hard to beat. The Scott Selmys of the world, Tim Moore, Rob Moore, and Arnold Kirsch.
Yeah, Kirsch, great story, like you said, this guy who hasn't raced forever, and yet he's been competitive all year long. It's one thing that you can get a win. Anybody can do that on a one-off kind of basis at times, but Arnold Kirsch has been able to run up front all season long.
Yeah, he's top 10 in points the whole season long, so really good story there. Of course, the main show, the Joy Fair Memorial 100 with the ARCA Gold Cup late models. What a fast field this was, especially in qualifying. Justin Schroeder lit the track up. Harold Fair Jr., Scott Hans, all these guys. But it was Terry Seneca Jr. getting that inversion. He qualified 11th, but he got the pole position, and it was he and Jeff Gannis who basically ran away with this race. 65 laps, caution-free, and then after that, not so much.
Who in the heck would ever let Seneca start on the pole? Whoever gave this 11 inversion, they ought to have their job taken from them.
Their heads checked.
It shouldn't happen. Seneca should never start from the pole, but he and Gannis just absolutely found their way away every time. They ran 65 laps, as you said, caution-free, and then after that, it was just a matter of restart after restart after restart. Every time, it was Gannis and Seneca who just took away from the field. Whoever was racing for third on back, they were racing for third on back. At
lap number 85, Terry Seneca Jr. finally wrestles the control away from Jeff Gannis, which led us to think, was he just laying back the whole time?
Yes.
Coming up this weekend, we've got a big show at Toledo Speedway, the fastest short track show in the world. It's also the second leg of the Hemmelgarn Racing Super Fitness Triple Crown, $25,000 to the winner of the 3 open wheel races at Toledo Speedway. We've got the MSA Super Modifieds, the Auto Value Bumper to Bumper Super Sprints. You gotta see these winged cars under the lights at Toledo.
The amazing thing about these two cars, they're absolutely diametrically opposed how they are designed and how they race, and yet they continue to have a battle every time they show up at the same place at the same time of who is going to be fastest, and it's no different at Toledo Speedway.
Yeah, it comes down to tenths and hundredths of a seconds and who gets the supremacy there. Okay, so that's going to do it. We got a packed weekend coming up this weekend. For Steve Ronkowitz, I'm CJ Perry. Back to you guys.
Be sure to watch Sports Nightly weeknights at 10:30 on BCSN and follow us on Twitter at @sports_nightly.